This is episode 9 of the Super Parent Podcast, and I am your host, as always, Dr. Nick Fanning. Today's episode is Demolish That Box.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
How's it going, my beautiful, stressed out, but triumphing it over it all parents? Oh, my goodness. I gotta tell you, if your life is anything like mine, I know that you have stress, you have fears, you have doubts. Well, you are in the right place, folks, because today we're going to tackle them all. And today's episode, we're going to continue on what we talked about last time with who's your coach and who's your accountability group. And we're going to talk about demolishing that box. Oh, my goodness, folks. This is a heated discussion today. And the reason being is because of this one thing. Your friends and family, the people around you, your coworkers, things like that, they want you to play it safe. They want to make sure that you stay just how you are. And that's not good for us, folks. We know that we want to take things up a notch. We want to better ourselves. In fact, we get things a little uncomfortable at times. We want to push that envelope. We want to push the limits. And in fact, we want our kids doing the same too. We want to go above and beyond. And I got to tell you this is, you need to demolish that box. And that box is what everybody else is trying to keep you in. And that's what I mean. You need a coach. You need an accountability partner. You need somebody that's going to help you do that. Because they don't know you. They don't even want, they may not even like you. But what the thing is they're going to do their best. And you're going to pay them to do it sometimes and sometimes not, depending on how you want to work. But they're going to make sure that they push you outside your comfort zone and get to another level. Because I got to tell you, as you're growing, you're going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. Okay. Now, the awesome thing is you're going to give a lot of people permission to do the same thing for them. But again, the same time is you're going to be making a lot of people uncomfortable. Case in point, like this. Let's say as I start to lose weight, it starts to make some of my parents and my friends or some of my family members being like, well, hey, why aren't you grabbing beers with us like you used to? Or why aren't you wolfing down this pizza like we normally do on a Sunday night? Well, I got to tell you, folks, no, that's not good for you. And it's going to make them uncomfortable because you'll be like, hey, man, I'm just not into that anymore. I got to take care of myself. I got to do that. And that automatically puts them on the defensive because they're like, well, because he's not doing that. Does that mean that I'm just being a crappy person or a crappy friend? It's like this. We were trying to get my parents to not give our kids pop. And, I got like right now I have a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And we're just like, hey, they don't need this. Just not. And then, it was absolutely like I had told them that they were the worst parents and grandparents ever because they're like, well, at your age, you had pop and you were just fine. I was like, yeah, but they just don't need it. Let's get them some water. Well, how about some juice? No, well, how about some water? And you would think that I was dousing them with holy water if they were vampires because they were just so offended the fact that I don't know if they thought that I was saying that they were bad parents or not. And I was just, no, honestly, they don't need this. They just give them some water. I don't want them being all hyper and crashing later. Okay. But at the same time, if you break that mold, if you try to go outside the box, people are going to try to shove you back into it. And I'm telling you, you need that accountability group. You need that coach to give you that firm grip on that reality of, hey, this is going to be my new life. This is what I'm pushing towards, not this old life. I'm saying goodbye to that. Okay. And it could be parenting techniques. It could be financial situation. It could be even relationships. But the thing is, always trying to push and strive just a little bit better. You can do it. We're creatures of God. We are meant to be the best and to express our best. We're made in that image. So you got to push it. And I got to tell you, people aren't going to like that. So again, get that accountability group. Get those people in your life that you need to push you outside of that. So how you're going to do that is very simply this. I didn't really give you a challenge last week, okay? Because I was just talking about coaching. I was just talking about the accountability. But chances are you probably haven't done anything about it. So I want you to step outside your comfort zone, and I want you to choose one person that you look up to that's within reach, that you know on a personal basis that you're gonna meet with this coming week, and just be like, hey man, I love what you're doing. I just want to get a little bit of that. Would you mind meeting with you for breakfast, or would you mind grabbing a phone call with me, trying to keep me accountable to some of my goals because I know you're doing a great job with that. And hey, the worst thing is they're going to say no, but I can tell you this, they're going to respect you a whole lot more for at least you asking. If they're just being like, you know what, I'm just so busy, I have nothing in my in my plans where I can do that and be like, hey, if anything ever opens up, keep me in mind. All right. Because I'm dedicated to make some big changes. Okay. And then move on. Who's going to be your next in line? Okay. It could be that mom that you know that is that working out, that seems to be doing everything flawlessly. She has 3 kids and she doesn't even look it. And just be like, hey, can we do a little play date? And during that play date, just pick her brain. Being like, I don't know how you get more than 2 showers in a week. It looks like you're always clean. And I got to tell you, as a parent, that's kind of a big deal. But figure out what those things are and then go for it. What's the worst that could happen? Again, they could only say no, but the most likely, they're going to say yes. So that's your challenge this week, is to find those people in your life that are around you, that just absolutely surround you, and latch on. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, it's more of an accountability group, then what I want you to do is I want you to seek the services of somebody that can help you with your top goal, okay? Whether that's personal training or finding a workout class that you can join. But again, if you could do it on your own, you would have already done it. You got to find somebody else. And maybe it's just happiness, and then you need to find a therapist. Or maybe it's honestly, you just have so much junk and clutter in your house. You have that one friend that you know is just neat and tidy. You just need to call them over, okay? Or your best friend. But whatever it might be, whatever that top goal is, make sure you find somebody to help. It could be honestly be financial difficulties, and you just need to find a financial planner or somebody that's an advisor to help make a budget for you. And you just might go on, it can be on Fiverr.com or elance.com and be like, help me create a budget. And it can be really cheap and easy for somebody to take a little bit of time with you, say, okay, what are your expenses? Blah, blah, blah. Here's this. This is what your spending habits are going to be. Boom. That could be it. But again, somebody that isn't under your household, somebody that's not in your close-knit group that can help push you outside your comfort zone to do that. So that is your challenge this week, folks. Again, always onward and upward, always fighting for a little bit better. But again, demolish that box. Get out of the box that people are trying to stuff you back in. You are bigger and better than that. I believe in you. Your kids are depending on you. Your spouse, your coworkers are going to be better because you're going to be better. And so I love your commitment. I love the fact that you're still hanging in with me on these weekly podcasts, and I love you for it. Guys, I know it. You're not alone, and I'm in the trenches with you. I will see you next week. This is Dr. Nick Fanning signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.